They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tyre, buddy.
JK Smart Tyre, the tyre with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart Tyre.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that led success soar high. I will perform, I will outrank, I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank.
I am the I in SBI.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Deluxe life. The lip on the glass. The journeys you make. The roads you take. Beyond the rest, above the best. You float above. Levitas Ultra from JK Tyre, made for dream machines.
Hello, Namaskar, Kushamdeed and Sat Sri Akal. It's the third regional final of this much anticipated quiz of the fall. Today's contestants will have to work out not just with all the knowledge they've gathered along the way, but must also navigate the various strategic elements that exhibit themselves as the show goes on. Welcome along to season 20, episode 3 of JK Tyre Ranger Series presents the Hindu Business Line Cerebration Corporate Quiz 2023 in association with BSE. It is one of India's premier corporate quiz championships in its rewardingly remarkable 20th edition. And I am your quiz master, Ajay Punya, all excited in bringing this quiz to you virtually. The quiz began with a 2-week-long preliminary round where over 6,000 corporate executives, business professionals, B-school students, and MBA aspirants tried to give their best to qualify for the regional rounds. The regional round that you are watching is the third of 6. We are with the participants representing God's own country from the city of Kochi. While the nation observes a holiday, their minds, however, will have to work overtime today. It's a test that true champion quizzers will have to pass. Nothing but a win will be seen as a barometer of excellence. For it's only a win that will get them on the flight to the national final at the BSE in Mumbai. And when in Mumbai, they will battle winners from other regions for the most coveted intellectual title and win a hefty prize money worth rupees 1.5 lakhs. There's first prize of rupees 75,000, second prize of rupees 50,000, and third prize of rupees 25,000. These prizes would certainly make you grin year to year should they come your way. It is now time to welcome our 6 strong contenders from Kochi. Number 1 on the list is someone who was here last year as well, but lost out to his colleague. He is the first of 2 representatives from his organization. He is Akhil Ghosh from Q Collective. Following Akhil is his colleague and back-to-back winner from Kochi, whose win last year, if he remembers, was in very dramatic circumstances. In 2021, he was second runner-up at the national final. He is back in hunt for a third straight victory on the trot. He is Jameer KB from Q Collective. Now for some fresh faces in Cerebration from Kochi. Number 3 is Pavitra Narayan Nayak from Infosys. Seated number 4, he was here in 2021, finishing third in Kochi. He is Siddharth Shankar Rao from IIFT Kolkata. Next up, our penultimate participant is Rohan Jayanti from KIIT. And finally, the 6th name on the list is Zaman Khan from Q Company. So this is the group that will scratch their heads and rack their brains over the course of next hour to come up top. But if common sense and logic will be your guide, right answers will be your obvious conclusion. For now, cheering them on and telling us the story of this storied quiz, let's hear from the backbone of Cerebration, Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, editor, BusinessLine. Sir, please.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 20th edition of the Hindu Business Line Cerebration Corporate Quiz. This is a prestigious corporate quiz championship which attracts executives from companies, business professionals, MBA aspirants, and students from India's leading B schools. This is the 20th edition of the quiz, and it has established a name for itself in the Indian quiz calendar. attracting quiz buffs of the highest caliber. Just to give you a quick brief on how this works, participants will be asked to answer 20 questions to qualify for the regional round. And the top 6 contestants from each city will compete in the virtual regional finals. The final, of course, will be an in-person event. It'll be in Mumbai, and it's going to be on the 29th of October. And the regional final winners from 6 cities will fight it out for the coveted title of Cerebration Quiz winner. The winners will all take home prize money of 1.5 lakhs. The first prize is 75,000. Second prize of 50,000, and the third prize is 25,000. The Cerebration Corporate Quiz this year is sponsored by JK Tyre Ranger Series in association with the Bombay Stock Exchange, and associate partners are State Bank of India, Grayon Cosmetics, and Parker Pens. Our partner for television is NewsX. So without much ado, let me call opening for this year's Cerebration Quiz. Wish you all the best as you compete for one of the most prestigious titles in the Indian quizzing calendar, and may the best person win. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now I request MD BSc Sri Sundaraman Ramamurthy to address the gathering.
BSc is happy to note that Hindu Business Line is conducting the 20th edition of BusinessLine Cerebration Quiz 2023, which draws talented business professionals, corporate executives, MBA aspirants, and B School students. We are glad to be associated with this. In our continuous efforts to promote awareness of financial markets and corporate India, we are proud to host the grand finale at BSc. I wish all the best to the regional winners from 6 cities of Mumbai, New Delhi, Hyderabad, Kochi, Chennai, and Bengaluru. May the best flourish.
Thank you, sir. So now, before we proceed with the bout, a quick note of earnest acknowledgement for our partners who made the Hindu Business Line Celebration 2023 possible. Presenting partner, JK Tyre. It's brought to you in association with BSc, associate partners, SPI, Grayon, and Parker Pen by Luxor Group, and TV partner, NewsX. Thank you, dear partners. All right, then, participants, what you desire, what you believe, and what you have to do must line up today, should you care about that win. For it will be fought hard on the battlefields of celebration. The duration is going to be of 4 overs, including a super over at the end. But for now, take your mark and stand your guard as we begin with first over. Our first over is going to be power play. There are going to be 6 questions, all of them on the buzzer. Each question will have 3 clues, and you will get 10 seconds of time after the 3rd clue. For the first couple of clues, I will not wait for as long. I'll quickly move on if I don't feel that anybody is interested on the buzzer. There is going to be only 1 buzzer per participant per question. So you can't be hitting the buzzer over and over again. As more and more clues are revealed on the same question, you can only hit it once. So decide where you'd like to hit the buzzer on whatever clue you're comfortable with. If you answer on the first clue, you get 15. If you answer on the second clue, you get 12. If you answer on the third clue, you get 8. There's a flat -5 for a wrong answer on either of the 3 clues, which will be a -5. So good luck. 6 questions coming in this round. I'm going to start this round in this over with the first ball immediately. Here is question number 1 for the Kochi regional final. I'm looking for a one-word connection. Just a one-word answer is good enough for me. Here's your first clue. No one on the buzzer, so I will move on to clue number 2. Here's clue number 2. Quite a few images on screen. One-word connection. Still no one. Let's move on to clue number 3. After spending about 100 million on the breakup project, one of the big 4 decided to not split its 2 verticals of auditing and consulting because the US Executive Committee did not want to go ahead with it, even with regulatory fire. What's the one-word connection between all these visuals and some text explanation? So we do have Siddharth who's on the buzzer. He's the only one on the buzzer. So Siddharth, +8 -5. What is your answer?
It's EY.
Say that again.
EY, Ernst & Young.
Why would you say that?
Because recently they have announced their consulting and auditing will be divided, and
Okay.
but later.
And how about the other
they didn't.
visuals? How do you connect them to EY?
I think they have audited all the 4 companies.
They audited all the 4 companies, and the gentleman on the right would be?
No, I don't have any idea.
No idea. Okay. My question anyway was one-word connection. So EY or Ernst & Young and all that wouldn't hold anyway. Unfortunately, Siddharth, that's a -5. You were right on the third clue. The big 4 in question is EY, but that is not the overall connection. The big 4 in question was indeed EY. Does anybody want to take a guess? Not for points.
Is it Everest?
That is correct. This is Everest. Indeed. So EY splitting its consulting and auditing business was called Project Everest, right? And which they got, which they decided to go, which they did not decide to go ahead with earlier this year. Sequoia India became Peak 15, which is a name, of course, derived from Mount Everest. Vadilal Bhai Shah on the right founded Everest Masala back in the 60s. And Everest Fleet is a fleet management company going big on EV. And Ford Everest is what Endeavor is called in Asia Pacific. And that's Everest Industries Limited. That was their logo. So everything was Everest. Right? Unfortunately, Siddharth, you picked only one part and tried to extrapolate it to the rest, but that didn't work in this case. So that's a -5 to you, Siddharth. Anyway, long way to go. So with Everest is the first answer, perhaps you can all seek some inspiration now to submit the peak of Kochi's regional final as we move on to our second question. I'm looking for a 2-word type of manufacturing. So type of manufacturing with 2 words. In 1982, GM announced it was building a factory of the future at Saginaw. The Michigan facility would automate production to fend off Japanese competition. However, it turned out to be a mess and they shut it down in 1992. Factory of the future. 2 words. No one. Let's move on. Number 2. Even Steve Jobs built one at Fremont to produce Macintosh, but closed it down the very same year. He's said to have repeated the same mistakes for manufacturing next computers. On the buzzer is Pavitra. Yes, Pavitra.
Is it lean manufacturing?
Which manufacturing?
Lean, L-E-N.
Lean. I'm afraid that's incorrect. There's nobody else on the buzzer. That's a -5, Pavitra. We move on to clue number 3. In 2017, Tesla tried to revive the idea for its Model 3, but abandoned it for its crazy complex network of conveyor belts. That's what Elon said. It is also a colloquial name for bedtime in institutions. A colloquial name for bedtime in institutions, sharing its name with a 2-word type of manufacturing tried by Tesla, Steve Jobs, and General Motors. Looks like nobody's attempting this question. Just a -5 to Pavitra, unfortunately. Does anybody want to take a guess? Non-com, a colloquial name for bedtime in institutions? Not for points? No? Okay. So this is lights out. This is lights out, a term used for bedtime in institutions. Essentially a dream for engineers to let machines work unattended. You don't need lights on if machines are working, if humans are not working. So that's the reason why it was called, it is called lights out manufacturing. Tesla tried it as recently as 6 years ago, but then Elon said that it was a crazy complex network of conveyor belts. These are all real life examples of lights out manufacturing. -5 there, just to Pavitra. 2 tricky questions, unfortunately. Nobody's scoring points there, but I'm sure Kochi, with all its storied past and previous editions, will soon come up trumps with all the answers. All right, let's move on. Here's number 3, first clue. These are all going to be clues to what? Here's the first clue. 66 millimeters by 166 millimeters accompanied with an image. That's your first clue. No one trying. Let's move on. Second clue. RGB 255-0255, that is precisely midway between red and blue. We have someone on the buzzer, and that is Zaman. Yes, Zaman. Please unmute and answer.
Okay. I'll say these are Indian currency notes.
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
It's something to do with Indian currency notes.
Something to do with Indian currency notes. I'm afraid that is incorrect, Zaman. That's a -5. Question goes to next on the buzzer, and that is Akhil. Yes, Akhil.
This is the 2000 rupee currency note.
That is correct, Zaman. I can't give it to you for a vague answer as Indian currency notes. I needed it to be specific. This is the 2000 rupee note with its lifespan. That was the third clue, November 8, 2016 to October 7, 2023. Earlier it was 30th September. I had prepared this question already, but then RBI said, okay, fine, we'll extend it to another week. So I had to edit that part yesterday. But anyway, so this is indeed the 2000 rupee note, the Mangalyan, that's the dimension. 255-0255, that's the color of the note, precisely midway, which is magenta. So that is what it looks like, and I'm sure you're familiar with it for now, until next week at least. So this question is powered by our partner, SBI. That's a fine answer there by Akhil. First points on the board, 12 points Akhil, -5 Zaman. Let's move on to number 4. What is this chronological list? So tell me, what is this list about? You may identify individual elements, but that's not the answer. I'm looking for what is this chronological list in its entirety. Okay. This is the first part or first clue. I've given years as well. No one trying yet. Let's move on to clue number 2. Someone's interested, and that is Zaman. Yes, Zaman.
I'll say these are the Forbes most richest person, the person who topped the list.
You'd like to identify them for me?
So 97, that's Bill Gates. 2008 is Warren Buffett, and yeah, I'll stop there.
All right, but that's okay. You don't have to identify individual elements. You identify these for me for sure. Zaman, you'd like to identify these?
Yeah, that's Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk.
That is correct. And your overall connection is what I was looking for. You're right on that as well. This is Yoshiaki Susumi. The first 3 years, then was the Walton family. Rest, I think you identified. Yeah, Carlos Slim, you missed out on. Rest, you identified. That is correct. Forbes billionaires list topper since the first one in 1987. That was the chronological list. That's very well done. Zaman gets you 12 points. Got it right on the second clue. Very good. 12 points to Zaman. Moving on to number 3. Launches and shutdowns by which company? Here's your first clue. Launches and shutdowns. So all of these were launched and were shut down. By which company? That's your first clue. Moving on to clue number 2. Somebody's interested, and this time it is Pavitra. Yes, Pavitra for 12 points.
It is my Hulu.
Is it?
Hulu, HULU.
I'm afraid that is incorrect, Pavitra. That's a -5. Question goes to Rohan.
So I'm guessing this is Match.com.
Match.com. I'm afraid that is incorrect as well, Rohan. That's a -5. Question now goes to Siddharth.
I'm guessing, is this Facebook?
You're guessing this is?
Facebook.
Facebook. All right. There's nobody else after you, so I'll move on to clue number 3. Will you still stick by your answer?
Yes,
Well, you should. That is correct. This is Facebook or Meta. So these were all launches and shutdowns of its apps and features. That's very well done there, Siddharth. I mean, I had this question in the light of their most recent launch, which is Threads. The jury is still out, so we know what happens with this one. So for now, Siddharth, that is correct. Facebook or Meta, as they're now known as. Pavitra, that's a -5. Rohan, that's a -5. And Siddharth, well done, that is a +12. Very good. Right. Final question for over number 1. What is the topic of discussion here? So I'm going to be giving you 3 different clues. Tell me what is the common topic of discussion. Yes, US Open 1973, Australian Open 2001, French Open 2006, and Wimbledon 2007. No one's trying. Let's move on to clue number 2. Football. FIFA's Gianni Infantino said, our ambition is to do it in 2026-27. This is the objective that we set for ourselves. FIFA is stepping up with actions, not just with words. But unfortunately, this is not the case for everyone across the industry. Broadcasters and sponsors have to do more. On the buzzer is Akhil.
This is same price money for male and female.
Sorry, say that again. Same
price money for male and female.
Same prize money for male and female. I'll move on to the final clue. In cricket, ICC made this decision earlier this year in July at the ICC annual conference in Durban, bringing forward a predetermined timeline for 2030 by 7 years. Akhil says same prize money for both men and women. That is correct. It is indeed equal pay for both. That's very good. Akhil gets you 12 points. And this question is powered by our partner, Crayon, and they'd be mighty pleased to see you getting that one correct. Very good. So that's 12 points to Akhil. So that's the end of the first over. Some participants have launched themselves well. I hope for their sake, the lights don't go out in their path, nor does it shut down. We will march along now with a partner to boot, a partner whose association makes Cerebration possible in all its pomp and show. Our presenting partner, JK Tyre. In the next over, you might want to seek a partner for yourself. For this is second over. It is called partnership, which is powered by our presenting partner, JK Tyre. In this round, every participant will be getting a direct question. You have 15 seconds of time to give the answer to your question. If, however, you don't know the answer and there's somebody else who's buzzed, they're buzzing because they'd like to partner with you for the sake of the answer. If somebody's buzzed and wants to partner with you, you can choose to take their help. If they are correct, if they give an answer, you have to accept and reject. If you accept it and the answer was correct, they'll get 10. The partner gets 10. You get 5. If they give a wrong answer and you accept it, both of you will get a -5. And somebody else who was next on the buzzer, 2 others next on the buzzer, will try for +5, -5. But if they give an answer and the answer was wrong and you accept it, both of you get a -5. If the answer, and if you reject it, the partner still gets a -5, but you don't get a negative because you rejected a wrong answer. But you don't get positives because you still don't have a right answer. So then again, the question goes to somebody else on the buzzer for +5 and -5. So we'll play in the order that we've listed. We'll start with Akhil, we go to Jamir, then to Pavitra, Siddharth, Rohan, and Zaman. So that's the order that we'll follow. We'll start with Akhil. Akhil, are you ready? Please unmute and
Yes,
keep your buzzer aside.
Okay, yes, I'm ready.
Okay. You can keep your buzzer aside, Akhil. Here's your question. Everybody else on the buzzer. This is my question for you. This is New York Times op-ed from March 2023. But in his obituary in 1944, they praised him as one of the nation's outstanding chemists. Remembered for the consequences of his chemistry in the 1920s, one of the 2 solutions he's credited with is the first commercial use of CFCs in refrigeration. What gasoline additive is the second solution, a practice rendered obsolete globally by UNEP in 2021? He was earlier celebrated for his contribution, but now that solution has been rendered obsolete globally. Akhil, Zaman would like to partner with you.
Yeah, I need help.
Okay, Zaman, please unmute and answer.
So I'll say the additive is ethyl mercaptan, which is added to LPG because it's odorless. So no, yeah.
Right. Okay, Akhil, he says ethyl mercaptan. Accept, reject.
I'll accept.
You will accept. I'm afraid that was incorrect. Ethyl mercaptan is added to LPG, and I think Zaman's later part he anyway said it. So why would Zaman say ethyl mercaptan? That was incorrect. That's a -5 to both of you, both Zaman as well as Akhil. Unfortunately, this partnership couldn't quite work out for you. But does anybody else want to take a guess for no points?
Is it ethanol?
Ethanol. No, not ethanol. Something if you had, if you had cars a decade ago, at least it was really popular, but it's only the last 2 years that it's gone away everywhere.
So is it lead?
Okay, nobody is trying for this one. The answer that I was looking for is actually leaded gasoline. So lead or tetraethyl lead, officially as it was called. Right, so this is leaded gasoline, not ethyl mercaptan. This question was powered by our presenting partner, JK Tyre. -5 to 2 of you, Zaman and Akhil. As we move on to our next participant, that's going to be Jameer. Jameer, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so next one, I need 2 answers. One answer doesn't cut it. I need both answers. But the thing is, both are anagrams of each other. So it's fine. If you get one, you just get the other. Okay, so which is why it's okay to ask for 2 answers because it's just anagrams. But I need both answers. Even if in case you're seeking a partnership, the other person has to give you both answers. If they give you only one, my suggestion, reject it because I need both. You can't add to it. You can't change it. Okay, here's your question, Jameer. The 2 cars from the same company are anagrams of each other, X and Y. While Y is the portmanteau of a mammal and a reptile, X is Japanese for a large herd, and Y is about twice the price of X. Give me X and Y. Five seconds, Jameer. Nobody's willing to help you, so you can give an answer without worrying about negatives.
Yeah, if I get one part, will I get part points?
No, you won't get part points, but now you're not getting negatives anyway, so you might as well say whatever you like.
Yeah, for X I'll say sorry, for Y I say Tiguan from Volkswagen.
And the other one?
X going to be
okay, Jameer, that's too much time.
Okay, yeah, pass.
All right, Jameer, you got one part, but you just couldn't work on the other part. Perhaps a few more seconds and you would have got it. I'm guessing if you would have worked on the combination of letters. The fact that you got the parent company, which is great, which meant you got the one of the cars. The other car that I was looking for is Tiguan. Tiguan and Tiguan from the house of Volkswagen. Fortunately, Jameer, no points for half the answer. So we'll keep it as it is. This question again was powered by our presenting partner, JK Tyre. And we will move on to our next question that's going to be for Pavitra. Okay, Pavitra, here's your question. In the US city centers, X makes up 1/5 of all land. A 2018 study of 5 American cities led Bloomberg to do X has eaten American cities. A 2023 study by a non-profit advocacy group found 2 major concerns with allocating so much space to X. One, livability and walkability suffer. And second, high opportunity cost of the land. In the picture that you see here is downtown Detroit, which is said to have the most amount of area, 30% of it, designated as X, and that is seen in red. My question is, what is X? Pavitra, you have help coming from Siddharth. Siddharth would like to partner with you if you're interested.
Yes, I'll take help.
Right, Siddharth, what's your answer?
Parking spaces.
All right, Pavitra, he says parking spaces. Accept or reject?
Accept.
Accept. Retrofitting, you can make sense of this. Livability and walkability suffers. High opportunity cost of the land. Parking has eaten American cities. Downtown Detroit, the motor home of the world, with 30% of it designated as car parking. That is correct. That's well done, Siddharth. Gets you 10 points for giving the right answer. And well done, Pavitra, for accepting the right answer. That's 5 points to you as well. That's very good. This question was powered by our partner, JK Tyre. And does Pavitra have something to say to Siddharth?
Thank you.
Right, Siddharth, next question is yours. Behind that smile, Siddharth is saying, Pavitra, help me out if I need it. Okay, Siddharth. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here's your question. Others on the buzzer, 10 points on the previous one to Siddharth, 5 to Pavitra. Here's my question to you, Siddharth, now. A researcher at Harvard recently published a report which can be summarized as electric cars attempt to fix one pollution problem and worsen another. The reasons for this another compared to ICE cars are: one, EVs have about 35% more weight, and two, the generation of instant power causes accelerated deterioration. This also leads to safety hazards like worsened braking, hydroplaning, and winter traction. The wear and tear of what is this that Imperial College London said generates 6 million metric tons of waste annually worldwide. So what is this another problem? You have help coming from Jameer. Jameer would like to partner with you if you want.
Yeah, I need help.
Okay, Jameer.
Okay, this is the wear and tear of tires.
Okay. Siddharth, he says wear and tear of tires. Accept, reject.
Yes, accept.
You accept? Why are you accepting it, Siddharth? How does it make sense?
I mean, worsened braking, hydroplaning, winter traction, all these.
So heavier vehicles means more weight on the tires, and the fact that there is instant power, you have accelerated deterioration. You can quickly, the tires move, the RPM is much faster, much quicker arrived at. And so, which is why the answer is indeed tires. Absolutely, that is correct. That's well done, Jameer. 10 points to you, and well done, Siddharth. You didn't get help from Pavitra, who was next on the buzzer, by the way, but you did get help from Jameer. So that's very good. Siddharth gets 5, Jameer gets 10, and that is our dear friend, Mr. Jackie Shroff, explaining in this video on Instagram about hydroplaning and what that means. So essentially, you can just read it for yourself, but that's I thought that was very interesting, him trying to explain to others. Right, so that's 10 points, Jameer, 5 points to Siddharth. This question was powered by our partner, JK Tyre. Exactly the kind of partnership that they would have wanted to see in this round powered by them. Next question is now going to be to Rohan. Okay, Rohan, please unmute. Okay, Rohan, I'm giving you my personal favorite from the quiz, all right? Please give the right answer, or anybody else, but please get this one. Here's your question, Rohan. Due to an excessive accumulation of ice, amongst other things, concrete roads and sidewalks lose adhesion, and aircraft wings lose their lifting ability. A study published last year suggested using biomimetics or taking help from nature. So, or what natural example of anti-icing surface to create a laser machine woven wire mesh version to prevent forming of such ice blocks? Where from the world of nature was this inspired? You have help coming from Jameer. Rohan, if you want.
Yeah, I would like to take help.
Okay, Jameer, go for it.
So, no, this is spider webs.
All right. Jameer says spider webs. Accept or reject, Rohan?
Accept it, accept it.
You will accept. I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's a -5 to both of you, Rohan and Jameer. But the question will now go to next on the buzzer, and that is Pavitra.
These are lotus leaves.
Not lotus leaves. It's a -5. There are biomimetic examples from spider webs. There are biomimetic examples from lotus leaves. But this question is not about that. It's about something else from the world of nature that is surrounded by ice, but they still manage to keep themselves warm because of their
Penguins.
Say that again?
Penguins. Like
yes, of course.
Oh.
This is penguin feathers. That's where it comes from, the interwoven locks of penguins. I mean, there were so many times I mentioned ice in the question, but you perhaps thought of other questions that may have been asked in previous quizzes, are in fact, are really popular example of biomimetics, both spider webs and lotus leaves. Unfortunately, Jamir, Pavitra, and Rohan, I'll have to give you -5, all three of you. This was Penguin Feathers. This question was also powered by our presenting partner, JK Tyre. As we move on now to our final question of this over, and that is going to be for Zaman. Zaman, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here's your question, Zaman. So this is going to be a 4-word phrase. If you're in the vicinity of it, little bit here, there, I'm okay with it. Okay. So even when I'm clarifying it right now, just in case you decide to take help and somebody's in the vicinity gets the idea right, it's fine. You might as well accept it. Okay. Here's my question. This 4-word phrase has its origins in a US EPA mandated test. However, since the test conditions and actual usage conditions are dissimilar, automobile ads would carry this disclaimer, like the example that you see in the visual, but I've removed that phrase. Now, this phrase is actually a very ubiquitous internet term, which essentially stands for expressing a possible difference in taste or opinion. So it's a term that could be used for expressing a possible difference in taste or opinion, but its origin is in a US EPA mandated test. Not an exact coinage is also okay with the answer, but if you get the drift, it's fine. Zaman, there is intent of partnership coming from Pavitra, if you're interested. Zaman, are you answering? Are you saying something?
No.
No means what? You don't want Pavitra's help?
No, I'm not taking the help.
All right, so you're giving an answer by yourself, +10, -5? Zaman, quick. Or I will move on anyway. And give you a negative. And give you a negative.
Oh, so if I don't answer, I'll get a negative.
You have to answer or take help.
Okay, then I'll take help.
All right, cool. Pavitra?
This is the pleasure. Your mileage may vary.
All right. He says your mileage may vary. Accept or reject, Zaman?
I'll accept it.
All right. You'll accept? A little while earlier, you weren't even interested in taking Pavitra's help. I don't know what kind of reputation Pavitra built in this quiz. I can't recall the scores for now. But
no, it's not him, it's me.
It's not a him problem, it's a me problem. But there is no problem because that is perfect. It is your mileage may vary or your mileage may differ. It's generally an expression that we use if we disagree with each other, which in this case kind of happened between Zaman and Pavitra. Their mileages varied. But for this answer, that was perfect. That's well done, Pavitra. 10 points to you and 5 points to Zaman. So that is indeed the kind of partnership that we were looking forward to in this round, powered by our partner, JK Tyre. Absolutely brilliant there. That's what, for these reasons, is what this round was designed to witness. But not all partnerships were similar. Some did vary. I will put numbers to this analysis when we take a look at the scoreboard, but that's on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens. And get lost in the world within. To steer through. To stop. Start again. Go forth. Shed your inhibitions and just let it all go. With JK Tyre's Ranger 80, made of tough, made for adventure. For the ones who are wild at heart. JK Tyre, total control.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will perform. I will outrun.
nation's trusted bank.
I am the I in SBI.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Welcome back. We are through with a couple of overs, both providing an opportunity to the participants to be a wrecking ball through others' defenses. But it wasn't to be. There is, however, a fair bit of disparity on the scoreboard, but it has to change and it will. In the drudgery of the middle overs, falling behind are Jameer at 5, Pavitra at 0, Rohan at -10, and Zaman at 7. It has only been Akhil and Siddharth at 19 and 22 respectively who have come up with the goods. Going ahead, however, good may not be good enough. It has to be something spectacular. And we're here to witness it in 3 short matches that can knock you over if your head isn't firmly rested on your shoulders. It's time now to pair you up, for it is the third over. This over is called How's That? There are going to be 9 bowling options or topics. 6 questions or balls are going to be played. You will be divided in 3 pairs as per your scores. I'll tell you what those pairs are in a bit. 15 seconds to play. The ball picked by a bowler, which is one of the topics picked by a bowler for the batter. If the bowler or batter can't answer, the other 2 participants here in the Kochi regional final can buzz points. If the batter answers the question, they get 10. If they can't, the question goes back to the bowler. If the bowler answers, they get 5 and the batter gets -5. But if neither the batter or bowler can answer, question goes to the spectators. If the spectator answers, they get a +5. Both the batter and bowler will get a -5. But if neither one of the spectators are able to answer, then both of them will be getting a -5, but the batter and bowler do not get a negative. So you're immune from negatives if the spectators are unable to give the right answer. I will tell you before we show you the bowling options, the order of matches that we're going to play. First match will be between Siddharth and Akhil. Second match will be between Zaman and Jameer. And the final match will be between Pavitra and Rohan in that order. Right, so Akhil and Siddharth, we'll play the first match with you. Akhil, please pick a bowling option for Siddharth and please put your buzzers aside for your match, both Akhil and Siddharth. The others are going to be on the buzzer.
Okay, I'm selecting brand identity.
You're selecting brand identity. Siddharth, please unmute.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, others on the buzzer except Akhil and Siddharth. All right, so brand identity, Siddharth, here is your question. The 5 dots of the brand are their strongest brand equity. They have been leveraged to bring something to life that is the unique, personable, and a way for the brand to relate to the customers and distinguish them from competitors. Which Singapore founded and headquartered brand is this? Five seconds, Siddharth. Your time is up, Siddharth. I'll take the question to the bowler, Akhil. Okay, Akhil, too much time. I'll pose the question here with you. I'll take the question to the first on the buzzer, that is Jameer. Yes, Jameer.
This is Agoda.
This is Agoda, Singapore founded and headquartered. That is correct. And these elements or mascots are called agojis. That's very good, Jameer. That gets you 5 points as a spectator. And what's more, you take away 5 points from Siddharth and Akhil as well. So -5 Siddharth, -5 Akhil, but a +5 to Jameer. Next up, we'll play the second inning of the same match. And now Siddharth is going to pick a topic for Akhil. Akhil, please unmute.
Yeah, I'll pick collapsed crypto fund.
Collapsed crypto fund, Siddharth, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, collapsed crypto fund for Akhil. Here's my question. The founders that you see in the picture of the collapsed fund, Three Arrows Capital, were planning a comeback before being banned for 9 years from trading by Singapore last month. And in fact, last week, one of them was arrested as well. In April, they had unveiled Open Exchange, or OPNX, a marketplace to buy and sell claims to the bankruptcy estates of defunct crypto firms like FTX and possibly Three Arrows Capital itself. However, in pitch docs sent to investors, they codenamed their new company a three-letter code name. And they called it very funny in that investor doc. What name did they intend to give it as the successor of events that transpired? As a successor of events that transpired. 3 letters.
3-letter answer.
Yeah, 3-letter answer. What is your answer, Akhil?
LOL. LOL.
LOL. All right, that is interesting, but that's not the answer. So I'll take it to Siddharth. Wasn't LOL?
Is it GUY because of FTX? So they gave FGTUXY. So GUY.
So what is your answer, Siddharth?
Guy, GUY.
GUY. Okay, that's not the answer. So I'll take the question to the first on the buzzer, and that is Zaman. Yes, Zaman.
Yeah, my initial guess was LOL, but now I'll say TBS.
Okay, that's not correct. So that's a -5, Zaman. And now to the final spectator, that is Pavitra. Yes, Pavitra.
Yes, was also LOL. Now I'll say WTF.
What are the 3 letters, Pavitra?
WTF.
WTF. I'm afraid that's not correct, which means neither Siddharth nor Akhil get a negative, but Zaman and Pavitra, that's a -5 to both of you. The answer that I was looking for, it said, sell claims of bankrupt estates of defunct crypto firms like FTX, and they codenamed their company to a successor. I think Siddharth was on the right lines, but he picked the wrong 3 letters. The 3 letters in question, successor of FTX, is GTX. That's what Siddharth was on the right lines, thinking correctly, but got the name incorrect. So GTX, and now Wobi is, they've rebranded themselves to HTX. So it's kind of still all awkward in that space. Anyway, so that's -5 Pavitra, -5 Zaman. We move on to our second match, and that's going to be between Zaman and Jameer. So Jameer, please pick a ball that you'd like to ball to Zaman, and please keep your buzzers aside and unmute yourselves.
Yeah, so I'm selecting educational brand.
Educational brand for Zaman. Jameer, please stay unmuted.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your question, Zaman. Others on the buzzer. A study published by the US headquartered National Bureau of Economic Research found that of the 1,000 top scorers in the joint entrance exams of 2010s, about 36% migrated abroad. For the top 100 scorers, that figure stands at much higher, 62%. A key determinant in this migration is the reputation and brand awareness of the IIT name. This can be further inferred from what nomenclature change of an institute in 2012, which led to a 10% increase in migration since then. In 2012. 3 seconds, Zaman.
Okay, I'll say Indian. the Indian Institute of Science, IISc.
Okay, that's not correct. I'll pass it to Jamil.
Yeah, my guess is this is FIIITJE. So they incorporate the IIT name into their brand so that they'll get more.
Right. That's not correct either, Jamil. I'll pass it to the the only spectator actually, that is Pavitra. Yes, Pavitra.
I'll say this is the change of name of the entrance examination from AIEEE to JEE.
Change of name from what to what?
The entrance examination was AIEEE, All Indian.
AIEEE to what?
JEE.
To J. Okay, that's not correct. The IEEE is a separate parallel exam. So that's -5 to Pavitra, nothing to Jamir, nothing to Zaman. The answer was the change in the name of Banaras Hindu University becoming IIT BHU. That's why the educational brand in question. Unfortunately, a -5 Pavitra, no points to anybody else. This question was powered by our partner, Parker Pen, by Lakhs Group from the domain. Fortunately, couldn't get it right, anyone. So we'll move on to our second inning of the same match. And now Zaman gets to pick a topic for Jamir.
Business of Hollywood.
Business of Hollywood. Jamir, are you ready?
Yeah.
How good are you with Hollywood?
Not very good, actually.
Not very. All right. You don't have a choice. You'll have to play this. Okay, here's a question, Jamir. Others on the buzzer. Which Hollywood actor boasts the highest number of starring roles amongst performers with over $1 billion in lifetime box office, with over 80 leading roles in his resume? So 80 leading roles in his resume, lifetime box office collections over $1 billion is the highest number, boasts the highest number of starring roles amongst all performers with over $1 billion of lifetime box office. And the others in the list are Jackie Chan, John Wayne, Robert De Niro, Burt Lancaster, Bruce Willis, Kirk Douglas, Burt Reynolds, James Stewart, and Tom Hanks. So don't take these names. Who's ahead of them? Most number of leading roles amongst all actors with over $1 billion in lifetime box office. Jamir, I need an answer.
Okay. I'll guess Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. I'm afraid that's not correct. I'll take it to Zaman.
I'll say Samuel Johnson.
That's not correct either. Not Samuel L. Johnson. I'll take it to our first spectator on the buzzer. First of two on the buzzer. That's Rohan. Rohan.
Is it Will Smith?
It's not Will Smith. It's a -5, Rohan. And finally to Pavitra.
I also had the same guess, Samuel L. Jackson.
You want to say Samuel L. Jackson again?
No.
You want to say something else instead? Quick.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump? 80 plus leading roles in Hollywood. I'm afraid that's obviously not correct, Pavitra. That's a -5, Pavitra, -5, Rohan. Nothing to Jamir, nothing to Zaman. The answer that I was looking for, this movie making machine in question, is Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is what I was looking for, with most number of leading roles for anyone who's accumulated more than $1 billion in lifetime box office. That was Nicolas Cage. We now move on to our final match. That's going to be between Pavitra and Rohan. Rohan, please pick a ball that you'd like to bowl to Pavitra. Please put your buzzers aside and please unmute yourselves, both of you, Rohan and Pavitra.
Tech Easter egg.
Tech Easter egg. Okay, here's your question, Pavitra. Tech Easter egg. A couple of days before Easter. So it is an Easter egg, but it was actually before Easter. So it's a wordplay like that. So a couple of days before Easter earlier this year, Andy Bio, an American technologist and blogger, uncovered that deep in the recesses of Mac OS is what iconic PDF as simple.pdf. That was the name given to that PDF. It was already there when you buy the product, you already get it. Soon after, it was reported that Apple would remove the Easter egg from future MacBook updates. So when it was identified, Apple said that they'll remove it from future MacBook updates. What iconic PDF was that? Five seconds, Pavitra.
Pass.
Passing. I'll go back to Rohan.
It's just the terms and conditions, the simple .pdf.
The terms and conditions. Okay, that's not correct. I'll take it to our only person on the buzzer, only spectator on the buzzer, and that is Siddharth.
Yeah, is it the Bitcoin white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto?
Yes, perfect. That is correct. This is Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper, which was there as some kind of an Easter egg, and it was identified incidentally just before Easter that there is in the Mac OS already inbuilt. When you buy a new device, you get Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper. Absolutely brilliant there, Siddharth. That's a +5. Very good. And a -5 to Rohan, a -5 to Pavitra for missing out when the spectator knows the answer. So +5 Siddharth, -5 Rohan, -5 Pavitra. But this time, Pavitra, you'll have to pick a bowling option for Rohan.
Just Elon things.
Just Elon things?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So something curious things that Elon does. That's what your question is, Rohan. As its usage grows, judges have had to get special training. In July last year, when Twitter sued Elon for oscillating in his decision to buy Twitter, it came up in court since Elon replied to Parag with it. And Twitter's lawyers used it as evidence of his public disparagement of the company. However, it wasn't the first time it was seen in court. It appeared in a 2018 court case where a corrections officer sued the county for workplace discrimination when it was posted in an employee's online group. It may have appeared previously too, but it isn't transcribed uniformly when searching in databases. This is the long legal history of what?
So is this basically the sync?
Basically the?
Sync.
Sync.
Okay. Let that sink in.
Just let it sink in. That is not correct. I'll pass it to Pavitra. Pavitra, no answer? No. I'll close it. I'll take it to our spectator, the only one, that is Akhil. Yes, Akhil.
These are memes.
Memes. So just memes?
Yeah, memes in legal.
That's incorrect, Akhil. That's a -5 to Akhil, nothing to Pavitra, nothing to Rohan. Does anybody want to take a guess at it? What other curious things Elon could be up to?
Is it some emoji?
Not thumb emoji, but you're getting closer to the answer. No? This is another emoji, and that is the poop emoji. Right, so this is the legal history of poop emoji. It has been used multiple times before, and Elon used it last year. In fact, when you actually send an email to press@twitter.com or maybe press@x.com or whatever it is these days, you get an auto reply, which is just a poop emoji. So if you're a journalist looking for comment from X or Elon or Twitter, you'll just get an auto reply, which is a poop emoji. So anyway, so this is poop emoji, the legal history of poop emoji. Hard luck to who got negatives on this one. Akhil got a negative on this one. That's a -5 Akhil, nothing to anybody else. And with that, for the uninitiated, 3 matches are done. Means over number 3 is done as well. The fortunes of the contestants have misaligned for now, but they have to keep believing, or those fading tracks of optimism may fade away for good. We'll throw some light on the scoreboard, but that's after the break. Stay tuned.
They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tyre, buddy.
JK Smart Tyre, the tyre with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart Tyre.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that led success soar high. I will perform, I will outrank, I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank.
I am the I in SBI.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Welcome back. The familiar flame of quizzing is burning with unfamiliar air of mystery. At this point, the quiz looks like it is heading the way of Siddharth from IIFT with a score of 22 points, and all others have been ineffectively busy yet not disparate. At second and third place are Jameer and Akhil at 10 and 9 points respectively. Then is Zaman with a score of 2. And then we have Pavitra and Rohan, both of them tied at the same score of 20. They are struggling big time, and I'm certain they know it too. The scoreboard does sing a tune of an Edge of the Sea thriller, but only faintly. If what you've done till now provides some comfort, what you will do from now will provide supreme elation. For it is time to go super, Sebi Hooper. It is the fourth over, and it is super over. There are going to be 6 questions in the super over, all of them on the buzzer. You have 15 seconds of time to hit the buzzer, signal an intent that you'd like to give the answer to the question. Each question will have 2 answers as kangaroo words and joey words, which means that the joey will be in its entirety inside the kangaroo, as you see in the world of animals. But of course, in this case, the joey can have the order shuffled. So it may not necessarily be in the same order as the alphabets are present in the kangaroo. Points. Before you actually give me the answer, you have a choice of opting for super. Since this is the super over, if you opt for super, you can give both answers. If you do not opt for super, you're playing default, or you can say safe, you're only giving any one of the 2 answers. If you play super, you give both answers correct, you get 15. If you play super, you get both answers incorrect, you get a -10. If you play super and you get only one answer correct, you get a +5. But if you're playing safe, you get it right, you get a 10. Get it wrong, you get a -5. And if there is an answer left for somebody else after you on the buzzer, if only one answer is left, then they can play it for +5 and -5. If, however, if somebody's gone on the buzzer, they've got both answers wrong, then of course the option of playing super is available to anybody else who's after the first one on the buzzer. All 6 of you can try on the same question, but remember, you have only 15 seconds to hit the buzzer, and if you only wanted to play safe for a question, but that answer has already been given by somebody before you. You can decide against answering, and I move on to the next one on the buzzer, should they want to play the other option, other answer that is remaining. So good luck. 6 questions coming, the final 6. We're looking for one person to come along with us in the national final at BSc in Mumbai. Here's question number 1. Backed by Sergey Brin and based in Akron Air Dock of Blim fame, X intends to build next generation airships to advance humanitarian aid and shape a cleaner world. The US Air Force says there are 2 types of X vehicles, balloons and dirigibles. And on the right, in 2013, the file transfer service, you send it, renamed itself to a word for moving fast, which comes from Y, a behavior of animals when they run away like this that you see in the picture. On the left is obviously the kangaroo, on the right is the joey. The kangaroo in this case has a 3-word answer. And the buzzer is Pavitra. Pavitra, super or safe?
Let's say I'll go for the Y.
You're playing safe. Which one are you answering, X or Y?
Y.
Y. Y is?
High tail.
High tail. That is correct. Pavitra, well done. That gets you 10 points. So you've got the joey, but anybody would like to try what the kangaroo would be? The joey is high tail. For 10 points, Pavitra, it's not for points anymore. 3-word answer. You can just tell me the answer. You don't have to buzz anymore.
LTA was the company's name, LTA, so.
No. The US Air Force says that there are 2 types of such vehicles, balloons and dirigibles. This is backed by Sergey Brin. This is lighter than air. This is lighter than air, 2 kinds of lighter than air vehicles. That's also the name of the company that Sergey Brin is backing. It's called lighter than air and high tail. That was correct, Pavitra. That's well done. You saw those animals running with their tail up. So that was high tail, which is what you send it is now known as. So 10 points, Pavitra. This wasn't superb, but we'll move on to our second question on your screen now. The best known brand for this product was created by a designer in 1967. His design had an aluminum frame, which won him a competition, a design competition. And with his girlfriend's help, he turned it into a business, a very successful one, which is why we're asking this here. He then promised to marry her and name the company after her. Unfortunately for the romantic couple, the marriage didn't last, but the company has named after the girlfriend. Tell me what the name is. That's X. Y is a name shared by an F1 team that you see on the left in 1974 season, a church and white brand that has 75% share across US and Canada and produces this comedy podcast on the right and a malware designed as a standard program. All of them are 6 letters each. On the buzzer is Zaman. Super or safe, Zaman? Zaman, please unmute.
Yeah, I'll play safe.
Which one are you answering, X or Y?
You can go with Y.
Y. What is your answer for Y? Zaman, I need an answer.
No, I'll just say Tinder.
No answer, Zaman? No.
Tinder.
Okay, that is incorrect. That's a -5, Zaman. I'll pass the question to Pavitra. Yes, Pavitra. Super or safe?
I'll play safe.
Safe. X or Y?
Y.
Y is?
Just Trojan.
That is correct. It is indeed Trojan, a malware designed as a standard program, Trojan brand of personal care products, and Trojan F1 team from 1974. That's 10 points, Pavitra, -5, Zaman. But does anybody want to tell me what X is? Not for points. So just unjumble Trojan somehow, add 2 letters, and you get the answer. No? This is a brand that I'm guessing all of you are familiar with, is JanSport, named after Lewis's partner. Murray Pledge's partner, Jan Lewis. This is JanSport, the brand of backpacks. Put an aluminium frame, won the design competition, became a very successful brand that perhaps all of us are familiar with. This is JanSport and Trojan. So that's 10 points, Pavitra. Back-to-back 10-pointers for you. That's very good. And Zaman, that's a -5. We will move on to question number 3. X is the investment company the person on the left founded that invested $200,000 for 5% of the startup on the right in season 1, episode 1. So it's obviously fictional. On the right, researchers have found 1 mg of Y can double the shelf life of cut flowers, but at a much lower cost. Nitric oxide can also do the job. What blue diamond-shaped patented brand that is available in packs of 4? Both are 6 letters, so essentially anagrams of each other. On the buzzer is Jamir. Super or safe? I might ask for spellings. Jamir? Super or safe?
Safe.
Safe. X or Y?
X.
X is?
6 letter, right?
Jamir, I need an answer. Say that again.
Pipe P.
Spell it.
PIPE.
Okay. That is incorrect, Jamir. That's a -5. Question goes to Zaman. Zaman, super or safe?
Okay, I'll play.
Quick, Zaman.
Okay, I'll play safe.
X or Y? Y.
For Y is Viagra. Viagra.
That is correct, Zaman. That gets you 10 points. I'll take the question to Pavitra. Pavitra, do you want to try X?
No, I wanted to try Y.
Okay. So I'll move on to Akhil. Akhil, do you want to try X?
No, I had the same answer.
Okay, so I'll move on to Siddharth. Siddharth, you want to try X? +5, -5. You had the same answer. So nobody's trying. So I'll close it. It's basically an anagram. I'm guessing Jamir wanted to say Pied Piper. You got the show right. That is from Silicon Valley. But that is Peter Gregory from Silicon Valley, who with his investment company acquired Pied Piper, an anagram of Viagra, that is Raviga. Right. So this is Raviga and Viagra. That's well done to Zaman. Gets you 10 points for that. And -5 to Jamir for giving me a wrong answer. So 10 points Zaman, -5 Jamir, nothing to anybody else. Okay, not final. 3 more questions to go. Here's number 4. In a book he co-authored with Gauri Salvi, he reasoned how the brand changed its taste. A Bombay-based Parsi entrepreneur was selling the most famous brand of the product, but with 10 days old raw material. The author, however, was determined to sell only fresh product. Yet it tanked as people found it to be flavorless. So he used diacetyl to get a salty taste. It upset him, but he had to give in to what customers were used to. 2-word answer. On the right, with the rise of UPI, frauds have significantly increased, and with it, the suffering of those who have received money from fraudsters as their bank accounts get frozen. These fraudsters don't use their own accounts, but somebody else's, with or without their knowledge. These are called Y accounts, since they are used to launder stolen funds. On the buzzer is Pavitra. Pavitra, super or safe?
The Y in the question is 4 letters.
I've given everything. You'll have to tell me super or safe.
Safe.
You're answering X or Y?
Y.
Y is?
Halwa.
Spell it.
Sorry, Hawala.
Spell it.
Hawala, H-A-W-L-A.
Okay, that's not 4 letters, obviously. So Pavitra, that is wrong. That's a -5. Question goes to Siddharth. Siddharth, super or safe?
Safe for
safe. X or Y?
X Amul butter.
Amul butter is X. Pavitra, Siddharth, that is correct. So that's 10 points. Pavitra, you got a -5 already. Does anybody want to now give me what Y is?
Is this mule?
Is mule. These are mule accounts. Absolutely not Hawala, Pavitra. So that's a +10, Siddharth, and a -5 to Pavitra. That was, of course, the book I Too Had a Dream by Verghese Kurian, who he wrote alongside Gauri Salvi. 10 points, Siddharth, 5 points, -5, Pavitra. We'll move on to our penultimate question now. Here is number 5. Launched in 1940s, X is the official magazine of Alcoholics Anonymous. Along with their Spanish publication La Vina, X is a lifeline linking one suffering alcoholic to another. In English casual language usage, it is also a term that we used for rumor. And on the right, clockwise from left picture, an amphibious ATV by Argo, a Dodge sedan, Jeep's first 100% electric car, and something that you not see in the picture, it was very evident, so I did not give it in the picture, is India's first cruiser bike. All of them share the same name, Y. On the buzzer is Jameer. Jameer, super or safe? Jameer, super or safe? Unmute, please.
I'll play safe and
X
I'll
or
say
Y?
Y.
Y?
Compass.
Spell it.
COMPASS.
That is incorrect, Jameer. That's a -5. I'll take the question to Zaman, super or safe?
I'll play safe.
Safe, X or Y?
I'll go with X.
X is?
I'll say grapevine.
That is correct. It is grapevine, Zaman. That's 10 points. That's very good. Now to Pavitra. Pavitra, Y is left. You want to try Y?
No, I wanted to.
No. So I'll go to Siddharth. Siddharth, Y is left. You want to try Y?
Yeah, I'll say Y Avenger.
Is perfect. That's the full set. This is Grapevine and Avenger, India's first cruiser bike. All of them, all the other vehicles as well, all of them use the name Avenger, just like Bajaj's Avenger. That's very well done, Siddharth. That's 5 points to you. And well done, Zaman. That's 10 points to you as well. That's very good. So full set finally after 5 attempts in this round. We move on to our final question. Here's your question. Incorporated in 2019 with the initial shareholding of Airport Authority of India and about 74% by CIL, BIAL, DIAL, HIL, and MIAL, X uses FRS to produce best, is present in 13 cities, and was developed by this Hyderabad company whose logo visual you see here, that was selected in a competition under the Atal Innovation Mission. 9 letters. And on the right, Y is a 2015 founded insurance company by this industry veteran at the age of 50. 6 years later, it became a unicorn. It was originally named after German for at the top, but to simplify, the name was changed to Y, and that's how we know it. Please give me your answers if you want to give me both, starting with Jameer. Jameer, super or safe?
Safe.
X or Y?
Y.
Y is?
Ubera, something German.
Is incorrect. Jameer, that's a -5. Today's quiz didn't quite work out for you. Another negative to Jameer, -5. Question now goes to Siddharth. Super or safe?
Play safe for Y. Is it
safe
digit?
for Y?
Digit, DIGAT.
Digit as the insurance company. That is correct. That's 10 points to Siddharth. That's well done. And now to Pavitra. Pavitra, do you want to give me X?
Yes, X is Digiyatra.
Is correct. This is Digiyatra and Digit, present in 13 different cities. That was best was biometric enabled seamless travel, and FRS was facial recognition system. So that is Digiyatra and Digit. That was earlier called Oben with the German name, which they changed to Digit. and founded by Kamesh Goel. So that's 10 points to Siddharth and 5 points to Pavitra. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of day's play. They took it to heart and upped their game when I called them ineffectively busy. They snatched yards when only inches were available. But who finally found needles in a haystack? Was it the two-time Kochi defending champion, or will the history of Kochi quizzing have a new chapter? We'll find out on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens. And get lost in the world within. To steer through, to stop. Start again. Go forth. Shed your inhibitions and just let it all go. With JK Tyre's Ranger 80, made of tough, made for adventure. For the ones who are wild at heart. JK Tyre, total control.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will perform, I will outrank, I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank.
I am the I in SBI.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Welcome back. So this was a textbook story of leaping too far using a method too simple with a process far too mature to do just what was needed to be done. And in the end, there could only have been one winner. It's not who has been 2 times defending champion here at Kochi, taking the fact that he had to give his best right at the very end, accumulating as many as 25 points in the last round, occupying some real estate on stage at the national final in 2023 in Mumbai. This is Siddharth Shankar Raut from IFT Kolkata with a score of 47 points as a winner from Kochi here at the BusinessLine Cerebration 2023. Fine work there by Siddharth. Congratulations to you. And of course, to all the other Kochi finalists, I hope the long weekend doesn't end with a long race for you. Well done for giving us such lively display of quizzing acumen. And I do look forward to having you back in the future editions of Cerebration. But for now, we have our winner from Kochi, and that is Siddharth Raut. Congratulations to you. Immense gratitude, of course, to our viewers and partners. Presenting partner JK Tyre is brought to you in association with BSE Associate Partners SBI, Grayon and Parker Pen by Luxor Group and TV partner News X. Well, that's all we've got from the team at the Hindu BusinessLine Celebration Corporate Quiz 2023. It's goodbye for now.